crossover live to the Treasurer General outgoing, Mr. Mkhize giving a briefing.
Up there playing with the best in the whole world. And so when we look at the roles that we have to play, we are looking at how even amongst the lots of black professionals, we are able to give them more opportunities to be able to participate in the mainstream economy as managers, as owners, as shareholders, as operators of the various sectors of the economy. So this discussion is basically something that feeds into our debates inside that conference, because this conference, whatever you might want to say, has got to be about how we take this economy forward. It has to be about how this economy is able to demonstrate attention onto the neglected aspects of our country's economy. So the area of small business development is an area that requires lots of creativity, lots of policy incentives and enablers to ensure that in the different parts of the country, entrepreneurs, small businesses are able to grow. And it's important to actually look at how those small business programs are integrated integrated into the mainstream business, and in particular the issue of ensuring that large business takes the small business development as part of their responsibility as well. So those issues for us become very important issues. You will hear a lot more about all of that, but we're also very keen to talk about the patterns of investment. Where do the investments go? And where do you get, new owners who are going to grow the economy broadly? And this becomes always an issue with us, because the rural areas, the peri-urban settings require a lot of investment if we must deal with the unemployment levels that we are facing today. So I hope that when you engage with the minister, you'll be able to go into and exploring on all of these particular areas. We are then going to be going through those kinds of discussion at conference, but I also want to indicate that I will leave a bit earlier because the conference will be starting. A little bit of a delay, but normally a conference, progresses like that. You don't expect everything to, move on without any hitches. Particularly in our case, we have had a number of court cases that caused us to be able to look back at the attendance of conference. Now that's a critical issue as to who is in conference, because you must be duly elected delegate from a properly constituted branch meeting, and then we have to go through that and register everyone. Now once we had the court cases, obviously there's a lot of revisions that had to be done at that level, and you will see that part of the delay has come from that. But it's nothing untoward. Those kinds of things happen. Once you get past the question of who's here, and once that's been cleared, the issue of credentials, then of course you get onto the main reports. So unfortunately, there won't be like what you had with the president, where he had the address given at public in an open session, but the Treasurer General will have to present the report after the Secretary General, and then we'll have all discussions, but that is only open to those who are members. We call it really, it's more family issues there, because we will not be all open to the public, except once you are done, we'll then come and address the media. So that's where we'll be for most of the day, and all of the other issues, nominations, elections, and so on will be going on. And please don't ask us about the outcomes of the results. We don't predict here. We don't throw bones or, do any crystal gazing. We leave the delegates to sort that out, and we count the issue as a factual record of what the decisions were. But so far it's going on well, and we believe that the level of enthusiasm and the spirit inside the conference is fairly good, as it were. But because of the excitement and the passion of elections, you will see people will be up there, singing and trying to influence one another. It's just part of the game. Just don't get taken too much about that. At the end of the day, the conference will announce all the outcomes. But I think the value of this breakfast is that we keep the engagement at both formal, at both public as well as closed sessions, and it becomes a very, very important contribution to the discourse, because for us, whilst there are people inside there who are discussing, the whole of South Africa is debating about the ANC, what policy should it bring on board, what issues should it attend to, which leaders should elect, and all of that. We are part of the broad general conversation, and so we're very present on your contribution this morning. We'll be continuing for the next few days, but as I did indicate to the Minister and the Treasurer General for the last few hours now, and so you will have probably, once announced, maybe tomorrow, you will then have the successor who will come in and then continue the work, because the patron of the Progressive Business Forum is a title issue, so the one who's the Treasurer General will continue with the work. So there will be continuity. So if you don't see me here, you will be seeing someone else, but that will still be the Treasurer General of the African National Congress. So your conversations will continue right up towards the end of the conference. So feel free to share and enjoy and discuss and raise your issues. And of course, you'll have ministers on a day-to-day basis that you're going to be continuously engaged in. That's the value of our discussions here. Those discussions for us are important because, as I said, they do feed into some of our understanding of your views. It's always important to align. For purposes of growing our economy, we need to tighten up the partnership between government, private sector, and of course, other social partners. Those conversations are the ones that will help us to build the confidence amongst ourselves to be able to take the economy forward. Those discussions are also the ones that will help to improve the relationships in a way that makes it possible to resolve problems and avoid crises as we go along. And that's what I think is going to be the value of our continuous interaction. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the breakfast and enjoy the address from the Minister. Thank you very much.